Crime and fear of unprovoked attacks by criminals loose on the street is not just an issue in New York. That fear is nationwide and could be part of the reason the FBI is seeing near record background checks for firearms. More than 8 million people have applied so far this year. It is not even May. That is 2 million people a month, 3 million in March. We've seen an average of 2 million checks per month for the last 3.5 years. America is out buying guns legally. Brad Howard, former spokesperson of the Democratic Blue Dog Coalition, is with us now. Brad, can you blame all these people who are buying guns?
No, I don't blame any law-abiding American for wanting to obtain a firearm to keep themselves safe or their families safe. You know, I grew up just across the border from you in Arkansas. I grew up with guns. I own guns. I was taught responsible gun ownership. But let me be clear, no Democratic Party leader is talking about prohibiting law-abiding Americans from getting a firearm to protect their families. What we're talking about is banning weapons of war. Violent crime isn't limited to red cities or blue cities. We're seeing shootings all across the country, from schools in Nashville and Texas to workplaces in Louisville. And firearms are now the #1 cause of death for children in the United States.
Right, but you and I both know the statistics, that the number of kids killed by, and I'll use your term, weapons of war, assault rifles, however you want to define it, pales in comparison to the number of kids who are killed in big cities in America with handguns by career criminals and by gangbangers. It just, the facts are there. If you want to save kids' lives, you do it by reducing crime, specifically violent crime in big cities in America. And what I can't figure out is how it is the very same progressives who are soft on crime in big cities are the same ones arguing of making it harder for law-abiding citizens to get the weapons they need to protect themselves.
But I disagree with your premise there. I don't think these Democrats are talking about making it harder for law-abiding Americans to get handguns and say shotguns to protect themselves.
Come on, Brad. Okay, in New York, wait, hold on. I hate to confuse you in the facts. Okay, it was New York State that made it very hard for anyone to get a concealed carry permit. Took a Supreme Court decision for that. It was Washington, D.C. that tried to restrict law-abiding citizens from having handguns. Had nothing to do with assault rifles. Come on.
Right, restrict, but not outright prohibit. There's a Second Amendment constitutional right, and these will play out in courts. But the primary focus right now is to get these weapons of war off our streets. The answer isn't to arm all of our kids with more guns. That's insane. What the answer is a wholesale reform of our criminal justice system. And while I disagree with how the Congresswoman for New York is making her case, what I do agree with universally is that we are not making the investments in our children that is protecting their lives. We're looking at mental health, we're looking at healthcare, and yes, we need more cops on the streets. We need to take care of officers. I'm a nephew of an Arkansas State Trooper. I want our cops to be taken care of. I want more on the streets, but we can't just focus on investing in law enforcement. We need to look at the wholesale picture from education to healthcare.
All right, fair enough. Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.